speak to them in democracy is because they don't give you any choice but to have peace, basically. And you don't want that because they'll basically go and declare war, even if you, as I've shown before, as you saw earlier on, even if you buy them off, it's only a matter of time before they declare war again. So it's kind of pointless. So yeah, that's good. I think I want to wait until these guys have gone before trying to attack these fortified units. That guy's fortified on the hill, so it might be better to use a diplomat for that, because I don't have any now. So where can I build a diplomat? What's a good location? Caesar Rear, I think probably. It's furthest away from being somewhere that is going to be good for production. It's pretty terrible for production. So a factory is not going to help that much. I mean, it will help, but we'll get diplomat there. I think I can take it. I can probably give it a go. There we go. You win some, you lose some. That time I won. Okay, and finally these places are clearing up. So yeah, Savina, be an odd game this one. It's odd for them to be attacking so much. It's odd for them to not be as good in terms of like developing the technology. That's very, very, very strange. But it's difficulty level, and normally clearing things is not normally something that's that critical. It's something you do at the end just because there's nothing better to do with the settlers, more or less. It's very rare you actually really need it for growth, but in this game it seems to be quite important. So, interesting game. I don't want to take that one off. Okay, I need to pillage that, but that's fine. Back. This guy can get back to there. And I've got enough now. I guess I probably want about 10, don't I? Probably about 10 cannons. Palmyra, send them there. And so I built that. Okay, so yeah, let's put that there, don't I? Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of momentum now. So Carthage, we really want a lot. It's kind of a reward for it building the Hoover Dam and spending all its production on that as well, is that you buy that factory and then suddenly it'll have loads of production. Let's get some caravans, let's get some trade. So all these squares Jerusalem is stealing from Carthage. I'm kind of expecting Carthage to have some of them. Okay, so that bank, yeah, that's given us an awful lot of money. Banks and marketplaces both increase your luxuries and your gold by 50%. So that makes a huge deal. But yeah, so now like I can basically send loads of military units here, or basically produce military units here, which is what I'll do. Well, I say that, but actually, there's always wonders that you need to buy. You need to build, excuse me. And Antioch it looks like. So 28. So Rome, Antioch are the heavy hitters. Let's go for Rome because Rome's further away from. It's on the other side, so it's harder to attack. So let's go for Rome and Rome and Antioch probably. So Rome, let's go for the SETI program. Antioch, go for women's suffrage. Which means this guy, I need someone to continually push out cannons, basically. So if I've got Nicopolis and Byzantium, which is great, but I think I could do with one more. I think, at least to begin with, at least for the next few turns, it makes sense. I've got to play it safe, I think, given how much they've attacked. I've got to play it a little bit safe. Send this guy over to Rome. We'll do fine. Let's go here. Byzantium. So yeah, that bank at Antioch serves many purposes. It gives a lot of gold, but it also allows you to home city lots of different units to here, so that it basically it can be used as a, I don't know how to describe it, but yeah, kind of a sanctuary for units to home city to. Jerusalem is also really beginning to move forward. I'm tempted to buy a factory here, actually. Tempted to really get it going, because it's useful to have 3 decent cities over here for the trade routes to go from left to right. So this will be good. If I can get one here and one there, it'll just sort of lock down this side. If I can start building cannons, from here to attack people from over there, then that will secure things up. And yeah, how many cannons have I got now? So I've probably got, I've got 8 and 3 in production. So I'll get to, if I get over 10, that would be great. get Wheel of the King Day here as well. So Jerusalem is really doing well. In fact, I need to buy an aqueduct so it can grow. I was going to move him to there, but I should leave that, shouldn't I? You can stay inside Carthage for now. So I got 10. I think I said I'd wait for 10 cannons before. Yeah, so let's go and start doing our knowledge thing again. So now that's too big a difference, really, unless I have something specific to aim for, which I don't. I just need to go through the tree, the technology tree. So it's going to be medicine. Let me think about this: medicine and chemistry, then explosives, the corporation, refining. What did I say? So call it probably about between 5 and 8 techs between here and probably about 5 techs to get to combustion, and another couple to get to advanced flight, which gives you bombers. Is it worth? So I did say before, sometimes it's worth doing the luxury supercharge, as it were. And that's, I don't know, it's looking quite juicy. For these ones, if they can get aqueducts, if they have aqueducts already. It's not silly. Well, he's not going to go up or down. Turn the sound off for this one though. Okay, let's keep going. So yes, he's unloaded there, which is an uncharacteristically bad move for this AI. That seems to be doing pretty well otherwise. So yeah, that's tempting, but actually that's better. Caravans are much better than they seem because of the multiplier effects, as I said before. Right. So this guy's not going to grow. Move this one out here. So we're waiting for Cyrene, Gordian, Tyrus, Jerusalem, Solution to grow. Caesarea, And Syracuse are worth looking at to see if you can get them to also. Yep, so this one 246, 24. Yes, this one will grow, I do believe. What was the other one? Syracuse. It's got a cannon there. If it didn't have that cannon, it might be doing it. It might be able to grow. Where is he? Where is it? This one. This one. Okay, let's keep going. Still going to grow. One more go. It's only got one food, so it can only grow one more anyway, unless I improve tiles, which I'm not sure if I will bother for this one. I just want it to have enough trade, to have enough luxuries to be able to build units, because it's got really good production. Excuse me. One looks like it really could grow and grow and grow. Suddenly turned into a really good city. As could Carthage, to be fair. That really has a lot of potential. So that's quite nice, I have to say. All right, so Nicopolis. So we're not going to go for Nicopolis. So this is where I was going for Rome before, but now already Jerusalem has basically caught up with Rome. And Carthage is going to be good as well, and Seleucia might also even be good. So it's a tough one. I'm going to go for Jerusalem. Loads, isn't it? 2, 4, 6, 7. So it can still afford one more. Shouldn't be having that there. Should be there. Okay, I've got quite a lot of catapults now. Oh, catapults, cannons. How many have I got? I've got 15, so that's enough. So I think it's time to stop doing that. So Nicopolis and Gordian and Carthage. Can stop doing that now. I think this one's going to grow. So the marketplace looks good as well. This Carthage. I also need the wonders. So caravans is what I'm going to pivot to. I was just about to say the Greeks haven't attacked for a while. They caught me again in the same bit. I'm not learning from my mistakes. I do have lots of cannons now, so I'm pretty sure I can just smash these guys up. Hopefully. Too much thought because they're all veteran cannons. So means they're all 12 in attack, which should be plenty ready. Antioch and Brundisium, which means we need a different one. Is Tyrus any good? It's not bad. It's not bad. But Palmyra is better for trade. I'm pretty sure the trade is what gives you the most. And so if both sides have trade, it was trade and size of the city, possibly. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Now that one, I think Brundisium might be a bit too close. Or Antioch, I should say, because that's the first one. No, I can just about do that one. Again, I don't know if it goes across and then up in terms of how many squares away it is. I'm not sure. Not sure how it works exactly. That's pretty good. So now actually, it's only St. Lucia and Cyrene that are growing, and that won't grow because it doesn't have a aqueduct. And this one will still grow. So we'll do one more turn of this. Now, yeah, now it's time to cut it off again. So we'll see how we're doing on this front. So there's a bit of a mess here, as you can see, but that's no problem. It just takes a little bit of time. And you're lucky enough that you can fast forward the video, whereas I actually have to do all of this admin stuff. So there we go. Which one? This one? This one. Slightly annoying, but that's okay. You can wait for them to go into civil disorder first and then fix it afterwards, but this is more accurate, and so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, I wouldn't be offended if people said that they wanted to fast forward through this, because it does take some time. There we go. So that should be fine. I'd normally save, and if I make a mistake, reload, but I won't save because it's the video. It's for YouTube, and I want it to be real. Again, really, the difference between reloading and not reloading is normally not that you can't get out of the situation. It just takes a lot longer to get out of the situation, basically. Right, Nicholas from Rome. . Look at that. So suddenly these cities are now, that's what you want to see. You want to see the trades. So there's so much trade that it's really close together, and all these are close together, and there's black lines. That's basically a sign that you're doing it right. And this is a good. This has become a nice city. It's taken absolutely ages. I mean, this is really late. At the end, I'll show the Hall of Fame. It won't even get to the Hall of Fame. But basically, there's games I've played before, and normally like, you're finishing up around 1500 AD normally, somewhere around there, plus or minus 100 years, normally. So this is very late because each year now, each turn goes up by 5 years instead of 10. So the last, I'm like 17 more turns beyond the latest game that I've played and won at the moment, and I haven't even started to create the bombers and start bombing people. So this has been a very odd game, but been a good game overall. I'm thinking it'd be nice to be able to make more of this, but there's no way there. I'd have to irrigate there and then clear this and then irrigate there, which is doable. It's doable, so maybe that's what I should do. It's always best to use your settlers, really, if possible, rather than just adding them to the city. It's normally best to use them, use the resources that you've got. Can be really brave and go here, which is that square there, which has been attacked quite a lot. Yes, the Americans and Greeks signed a peace treaty. Now, what that means is that they could start sharing knowledge with each other, which means they might increase the rate at which they learn, which is quite often. Well, I say it's quite often. I mean, that's the AI will try and match your knowledge. If you're the most advanced, it will try and start doing things like arranging for civs to exchange knowledge with each other and just make it harder in general. So, but I think it's too little, too late for them, really. I mean, I'm building infrastructure with factories and stuff like that. So I think I'm not worried really at this point. It's just sort of a clear up exercise now, clearing up everyone that's on the island when needed, and clearing up the rest of the world as the next stage. Go for Tyrus. Let's put it on the map. So plus 25. So plus 25 is almost actually useful gold. Even though that's not what you do it for. You do it for the trade per turn. So let's get this guy over there. So a long time ago I said I would turn that into a mine, but I'm not going to actually because I need the food. Can't do that yet because he hasn't done that one yet. This is amazing. So again, one of the first time I've ever had it where I can't actually clear up any more stuff. I've had that before, but normally much later on in the game than now. So Okay, I think I will. Nevertheless, I will go to there. Now, what I will do is I will take out this guy because I don't want him going onto the gold. Firstly, because it gives him an incredible defense bonus, and secondly, because that is quite a powerful tile. In fact, I can kill all of them now, so that's what I'll do. I think even this guy, he's not a veteran, but I think, no, maybe not. I never bothered at this point, or even in general, I never even think about trying to kill the, trying to let the other person attack and then take out the diplomat afterwards. It's just not a good strategy overall. Now, is that frigate going to attack my settler? No. So the sound seems to have gone as well, which is annoying. Let's have a look. The city really has taken off. This was nothing before, and now it's absolutely crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. It's one of my best cities. And I'd more or less given up on that as just being sort of a stick, as you know, just basically a blockade. This guy has not benefited from the clearing just yet too much, but it will do. It is sort of developing, as it were. I've lost my train of thought. Let's go with this one. So just double check, see if they've got medicine first. But I think I'm absolutely miles ahead. So this is going to be crushing. I mean, if I hadn't lost that city over here and given away gunpowder, then it would be an absolute joke, this game. I think it's only because they've had gunpowder that's made it slightly more interesting. So Antioch is done. Jerusalem, yeah, let's go Jerusalem. They've already got all three. As this one, that one's got one. Just do one more for Seleucia. Seleucia will. Let's send that one. It's Antioch, right? Obviously. Yeah. Let's get put one of them. I've done it again. I've left these guys off here and vulnerable to attack, so I need to keep ones there, basically. I've got two on irrigation there. So I've accidentally given myself an advantage there by doing one turn of irrigation. But that was a genuine accident. Let's get this one over here. Let's get that. could even convert this to mining, couldn't I? Convert it to trees instead of a... Yeah, let's do that. I don't know, it's tough because taking 2 away is quite significant. I think I need to get this, don't I? Yeah, I need to just do it like that, I think. Yeah, caravans can also be used to add to wonders, not just as for a trade route, but also to add to wonder. So that's something that I will use at some point, probably. Yes, Bags Factory. It's getting quite good now, so I might actually build libraries and stuff. It needs an aqueduct, sorry, doesn't it? Because it's going to grow. Actually, it's not going to grow that much. It's only going to grow really 1 or 2 more times, I think. I think technically 3 times, but it will take a long time to get it to be 3 times. And if it does, it will have a maximum of this amount of trade. Oh, yeah, that's the maximum trade it will ever have. In fact, I can get it to grow now, but I can't have an aqueduct. I don't think it's worth any of that. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think one more caravan, because caravans are general, gives you a general increase in trade. Let's just cut off these guys. If I finally manage to anticipate an attack down there after all of that. Okay, he said no. This guy should say yes, no, 2. It does sometimes feel like when you're doing well, you'll get rewarded with really bad luck, basically. That's insane, really, because that's not even 3 on defense, and they're all 12 that I've attacked it with. So it's pretty crazy, but it turns out that I can handle it fine because I've got tons of cannons everywhere. I've got like another 4. I've got loads of them, so it is fine. But it's also just sort of unsettling because you think, well, I can't rely on winning against anything. So that's why this really is a strategy game. It's a lot more than it's you've got to create a situation where you are able to take those kind of losses and take risks at the right point, basically. And so again, people watching this that might have played some in the past would watch the first hour or 2 or whatever and say, well, he hasn't defended cities, so he doesn't know what he's doing. And it's like, well, actually, if you don't do that, you can't, if you don't grow quickly enough. I mean, I barely grew quickly enough here this time round. And it's always kind of like that on Emperor anyway. Anyway, I'm waffling. I'm going on when I should just be playing. But I'm very happy with the decision to clear these tiles because that's really helped a lot. If I build this bank, I can probably get it to grow even more. I'm tempted to do that because if I do this and I have it as a bank, it should almost certainly Surely it must grow if I do that. Barracks now because I think I've basically built everything else that I need. Suddenly, yeah, the city that was complete, complete dog is now really good. But I can't get Wheel of the King Day, which is slightly annoying. So, but that's fine. I've only got one defense in them as well, so I need to be a little bit wary of that. If they have C units, then that becomes a problem because again, as soon as they get ironclads, suddenly, their 4 on attack becomes about 10 on attack on average. Not quite that bad, but it's it can be a problem. You've got to assume that ironclads will just beat everything that they're up against. But they don't have steam engine, they don't have anything. Really, which is very surprising. It'll be the last game, but that's the case. Assuming you're going to watch the games that follow. And on that note, I will call this one as well.